Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I wasn't actually expecting to make a video today, but ComfyUI just added support for Seedream 5.0, which is Seedream's text to image generator, and they do have an image to image and an image editing checkpoint as well. This is, of course, through their paid API again, but you can access it in ComfyUI. So I wanted to play with it a little bit today, but I didn't want to just show you another video demonstrating its quality. I actually wanted to compare it to the other paid nodes inside of ComfyUI, such as Nano Banana Pro, Recraft version 4, Flux 2, and maybe some others. And then we're actually going to take the same prompts and seed and apply it to some local checkpoints to see if the paid models are really that far ahead, or if you can get similar results with some of the open source and free models. Now, of course, there is a big difference between using an open source model and a closed source model, because open source, you're either going to have to rent a GPU or have a AI-ready computer with a hefty video card to get good results. With the paid APIs, of course, you could run this from a laptop using credits inside your ComfyUI account. I mean, a lot of people are doing it this way. This is the lazy way to do it, and no shame either way you do it, whatever your budget can afford or what your setup allows. AI is for everyone, so however you do it is fine, but I wanted to do a comparison. So we're going to go through these 4 paid models first. The one that I'm really interested to see is Nano Banana Pro versus Seedream 5.0. Now, you can access this quite easily if you go to your Browse Templates inside ComfyUI. So if you check out their Browse Templates option, it'll always have what's new in ComfyUI. I have it selected right now just to show the API or external things, but you can also try some of their local models. Now, I'm going to also try this new one called Capybara as well. I haven't tried it. I'm going to be downloading the checkpoint live as we make this video as well. So we're going to try that. But yeah, we're just going to do a quick comparison, a nice side-by-side test of all these different models for images, and you can take a look at what works best for you. Now, as usual, I don't claim to be the best at realism or anything like that. I'm just showing you the models, and hopefully you can do much better than I can and take it further, and it can help your UGC business. Before we get started, I just want to mention my fan site, smallzero.io. You can join our community for free. If you want to be a paid member, you do get access to our private Discord channel, some paid tools, but the Discord is free. So come on, join, get down in our community. We have a lot of good people there sharing crazy information. Okay, so we're going to start with Seedream 4.5. Now, this is the prompt they gave us to start. I'm going to try something new. So this is more in the UGC influencer type stuff that we're used to. We're going to try that same prompt across all these different models and see which gives us the best result. All right, so let's start this one up. This is Seedream 5.0. I know their loader says 4.5, but the actual model we're loading is 5.0 Lite. Okay, so there's our first generation. I didn't specify too much about how the woman looked or anything like that. It's just kind of a generic post. I was really curious how it was going to do the text. I think that's quite good and actually close to real branding. So let's take this prompt over to Nano Banana Pro, which you're very familiar with. So you can do image references, but we've bypassed that for now. So this is just text to image. All right, a little bit of a different vibe. I think this one is a little bit more realistic right out the gates. The sweatshirt isn't quite as good in my opinion. But once again, we're not cherry picking. We're just kind of comparing the 3 results here. We'll do it again with some other prompting as well. Let's go over to Recraft. Now, this is one I haven't heard people talking about too much. In the Discord, I did post about it, and I noted that I really liked the environments it produces, but faces and limbs and things like that were coming out to be a little bit weird. So let's see what we get on this one. If you've heard about Recraft, let me know how you're using it, because I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers or anyone on my Discord really mention it. My Discord is more focused on open source. This is a paid API model, so I do understand, but I'm very curious about this model because I do love the textures and backgrounds it creates, but the people are not so good. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, I actually like this one the best so far. I will be honest, though, in my testing with Recraft, I've got more bad results than good. So let's zoom in on the face here. So something I found is the eyes and lips get a little bit weird here. In this one, it almost works, but if you look at it too long, it gets a little bit weird. But this is what I mean with the backgrounds and texture, though. Like, I really like this kind of detail. The shadows are very realistic. the texture on the curtain with the light passing through. So you can kind of see here, this is realistic as if there's two windows and a wall, and it knows that because it passes the light through the window portion. So that's very cool. The detail on the couch, I mean, I'm very intrigued by this model, and I hope that someone smarter and more well versed than me can tell me more about it because I think it has a lot of potential. It's just not quite doing what I want it to do at this moment. And then we're going to go over to Flux 2, which I think has been quite underrated as well. Some people talking about it. You can also run Flux 2 as a local model as well, but not the pro version as far as I know. So we will compare that as well here. And again, you can do multiple input images, but for this, we are just doing text to image. Okay, Flux 2 Pro. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably the best out of all the paid models we've tried for this prompt. The text on the sweatshirt is abysmal, but you could use an in-painting model or something like that to replace it if it was important to you. The reason I say I like this one the most is I kind of like the composition. I like the way the woman looks in this photo. And again, it kind of captures that texture and lighting that Recraft was doing so well. So I wonder if there's some kind of relation between Recraft and Flux 2 Pro, something going on there. Maybe not. But this one looks pretty good to me. What do you think? Leave me a comment below. Obviously, a lot of you are going to love Nano Banana Pro, but we're trying to think outside the box a little bit here. If you have any tips or prompt ideas or video ideas for me to do more comparisons like this, let me know in the comments. I'm really curious about your feedback. Okay, let's move on to a local model and see how it does with this prompt. So we're going to move over to my WAN 2.2 text to image workflow, which is available on my member site, smallzero.io, to any paid member. So this lets you use the WAN 2.2 video model to actually create a single frame as an image. So this is probably my favorite local model. I use this one the most. It's starting to get a little bit outdated, but I do enjoy it quite a bit. Now I do have a lightning LoRA on here right now. So we're going to leave that on just to make it go a little bit faster. But that could impact the quality, so keep that in mind. So once again, this is a locally generated image from WAN 2.2 on my 5090 with 128 gigabytes of system RAM. And I'm not saying you necessarily need that to run this, but that's what I'm running at the moment. Okay, so you can see here, I think the lightning LoRA is probably causing a little bit of issues. I think probably needs a few more steps, or I need to change the sampler. It's okay. I find that I get my best results with WAN 2.2 when I use a LoRA. I'm just going to compare one of my Drift Girl LoRAs just to show you what's actually possible on this local model when you train it with a LoRA. I think that's probably the biggest difference between these paid models and local is local can really keep up, but you do need a LoRA in a lot of cases, or you need to be quite clever with your workflow. So I'm just going to show you the true potential of this. Now, Drift Girl is just a LoRA that I trained some time ago that kind of focuses on, I don't know what you'd call it, maybe the tuner model type girls who, the models who hang out at car shows and things like that. I find that kind of modeling very fun, so I trained a LoRA on that, and you've probably seen it before if you've been to my channel. Okay, so we've got our Drift Girl LoRA. I've got a prompt from my prompt library that I like to use, and we're going to generate another one with WAN 2.2. Now, this is not the same prompt we use in the other one. I just want to show you what is possible in WAN 2.2 if you use a LoRA. So that's closer to the quality that I would expect. The car looks really good. The lightning LoRA is making it a little bit glossy, but I just wanted to show you how you can get some more realistic results if you train a LoRA. So let's move on to another local model. So I'm going to go back into the browse templates, and I'm going to try Capybara. I haven't actually tried this one, and we're going to be doing it live. There you go. You can see I haven't tried it at all. Let's download. Now give me a second to set this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's done downloading. I'm going to install it now by placing that model in my diffusion models folder in ComfyUI, and then we're going to restart the page. So reload that there. Okay, so they do recommend doing 50 steps and a 4.0 config for best results. So I'm going to do that because I do have a 5090, so it'll go a little bit quick, but I may just cut to the end here so you don't have to watch the generation. So here we go, my first Capybara generation. Okay, so this is generating pretty quickly. We are getting 1.2 iterations per second. So this is along the lines of Z Image Turbo or something like that. So let's see what it comes up with. I'm really excited to see these results. That is intriguing for sure. There's obviously some flaws going on here. I haven't looked up how it likes to be prompted. Maybe it would respond better with a JSON prompt. It's hard to say. But that's pretty good so far. Now, in saying that, let's go back to all of the models and let's retry everything with a JSON prompt, because some models do respond better to JSON prompts, such as Nano Banana Pro, and I'm really curious how the rest are going to respond to that. So that's pretty cool. I don't mind that, to be honest. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go and try some JSON prompts with all these models. So we're going to move all the way back to Nano Banana Pro because I know that it's going to respond quite well with a JSON prompt. So we're going to input this. This should have a woman kneeling in the mirror taking a selfie in a cute outfit of some kind. So let's see how that goes. I expect this to perform very well in Nano Banana. Okay, that's exactly what I expected. That's very similar. What is with those Oreo pillows, though? That's kind of funny. Let's take it over to Seedream, and let's see how it does with the JSON prompt. By the way, I keep calling this Seedream 5.0. It's Seedream. Seedream is their video model, so my apologies. Okay, that looks pretty good. So it's definitely responding much better to the JSON prompt. Now, of course, there is some strange things going on in this image, but something to note is this cost 7.4 credits, which works out to be about 7 cents. Nano Banana Pro is around 30 cents US per generation. So something to consider. Seedream 5.0 is getting decent results. I think if we played this a little bit more, we might be able to get some better results as well. Let's try the generation one more time because this video is focused on Seedream 5.0, so I do want to give it a chance. There's another feature where it says sequential image generation. So it actually will generate additional scenes if needed. I haven't actually played with that before, but I assume you'd be able to generate a character, an environment, and a color palette, and things like that all in one prompt. So that's something to explore as well if you're looking for more creativity inside of your ComfyUI setup. Okay, pretty much the same. So let's move on to the next. We're going to go back to Recraft v4. Now, I did work for a long time on the best way to prompt this, and I did read their documents. I didn't find that JSON prompting was the best way to go. I don't have a negative prompt either. Maybe I should find that. So we're going to add a negative prompt to give this model the best chance possible because I really want to love Recraft. I think there's a lot to love about it. So let's try this JSON prompt, the same one we did before. Interesting. Okay, so you can't actually negative prompt this. ComfyUI has that there for absolutely no reason. So let's try again. This one actually turned out a little bit too explicit, so I am going to regenerate it again because this is a safe for work channel. Okay, this one is a little bit strange. Again, Recraft really kind of does some odd things, but I'm going to show you once again what I like about it. Now, I like that there's a realistic split in the mirror. I like the shadows, and I think those pillows are the most realistic of the generations we've done so far. But again, there's just some uncanny, weird features in the face. The body just doesn't look quite normal. It's really hard to put your finger on what exactly is going on, but I don't know. Maybe I'm falling in love with this checkpoint for absolutely no reason, but I think there's a lot of potential. So let's see how it goes down the road. Let's move back to Flux 2, which was my favorite. We're going to give it the same JSON prompt once again.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
I'm dumb. I pasted in the negative prompt without noticing. So we got this gentleman here against a white background. Looks great, but not what we're looking for. Let's try again. Once again, this is Flux 2. The last one I generated was an absolute error. So fast forward. Okay, so this is Flux 2 with the same JSON prompt. I'm not loving this. And once again, we're just trying things out. I'm not doing a preset cherry-picked video by any means. We're just trying similar prompts with similar models just so you can kind of see how it is out the box or, you know, testing with your regular prompts. I don't love this one as much, so I don't think it responds to JSON as well. Let's try a JSON in Capybara. Very curious. I don't know anything about this model yet other than what we did a second ago. So let's try one here. This is a locally generated image. So this is Capybara, generated the same JSON prompt. Yeah, I mean, it has potential. There's some things I like here. I don't have to tell you what's bad about it. You can clearly see. We're going to skip doing WAN 2.2. I just wanted to try one more thing with Nano Banana and ByteDance for image references. So let's go back there. Okay, so we're going to turn the model we just created, that girl, and try and give it the art style of One Piece inside of Nano Banana Pro. So let's try that now with a prompt like this. So let's just try something like that and see how it goes. Okay, so it did what I asked. I wouldn't say that's quite One Piece animation, but that looks pretty good. That's good enough, honestly, for the test. Now let's do the same thing in ByteDance with Seedream. So we're going to do the exact same thing, same prompt. So I'm going to copy that, bring it over here, grab the same image again, and we're going to grab that One Piece photo as well. So let's try it out. Okay, pretty much the same. So I think Nano Banana might have done it better because I do see, I don't know, the edges still look like they're not quite animated, but similar effect. I'm really curious what you guys are doing with this kind of stuff. I want to see your Capybara stuff as well. That would be very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video on this new text-to-image model by ByteDance. They've kind of controlled the narrative lately with their Seedream 2.0 videos, so I thought it was cool to show this and compare it to some other image models. As always, I don't claim to be the best or doing the best methods. I'm just kind of showing you what I like to do and compare models, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Come join our Discord, and other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.
I worry real like I glass, this shit crystal clear. Let me catch me in the nigga club, this best weird. I'll go hood, watch a couple bags and then give the rear. Tell the wood you do it square. They on to overraid, you want sit in clear. On my way up to my other tree, like this shit here. Baby in my ear, on my back, this shit get weird. Ayy, cause bitch, this shit crack. You a fucker with a crack, niggas miss like this. You want shots in the front.